morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Bazil here for PAX Day 1 East 2015. It has been a crazy day. Me and Team Tiny and a few other Motigans and then community members stayed at the convention center till about 10 o'clock, finishing up setup. We were running really behind. The construction of some of the pods for the booth area were just kind of being really slow. So we stayed till about 10 o'clock, and then we all stayed out till about 1 a.m., which was really stupid. I woke up this morning and was just like, oh dear Lord, please kill me. So tired. But after some nice coffee, bagels, tea, orange juice, cranberry juice, and more tea, and then some extra coffee, and then another bagel, I was fine. So yeah, voice is actually still standing up pretty well. Can't really complain there. And day one was really cool. Like PAX South, it took a little bit for people to understand that the tournament theater area didn't have a waiting line. But once I actually found out, it was just jam-packed for the remaining last very good amount of hours, really. And then we had our meeting about just, hey, good job. This is what to expect tomorrow. We have our social tomorrow. That's going to be awesome. So if you are going to PAX East tomorrow, come and be really cool and positive and friendly, and you might get an invitation to the social that we will be having tomorrow. So that's going to be really cool. The whole event was very long in terms of today because it was the first day, and just a lot of things can happen. So wake up. We all meet down at the lobby. Team Tiny, myself, Sharpie, Malcor, and Gorham, Ola, and I think there was one other person. I can't remember because I'm tired, but that's okay. So if I'm missing your name, I love you. I'm sorry. And we take the T or the subway or the bus or whatever the hell you want to call it, whatever. And that was a fun experience. I've never actually taken the subway before, and note to self: hold on when the thing starts because it darts forward. It's like a spaceship. It's pretty cool. And that's really the cheapest transportation around here in Boston, which is really, Boston is like a giant hedge maze, and it's not forgiving if you get lost. Me and Malcor got lost coming from the airport after we exited the subway to the hotel, and it was really cold. It's really cold here. Boston has lots of snow, a lot more snow than in Ohio, but we didn't get 70 feet of snow, so oh well. I don't like looking into a camera. It's weird. But so the event started 9 o'clock. Obviously, the press happened, and there was a lot of really cool interviews. Chris was there, CEO of Motiga, doing some interviews, and he explained a lot of really cool stuff on the partnership with Microsoft. And the other video that I did for the announcement, he pretty much put to rest all my fears and worries about Windows 7 and the actual partnership itself. So I can promise you guys that Motiga is doing it right, and they definitely have their head on the correct shoulders and facing forward. So any fears that you guys might have, it's really not valid, because what we were told is really, I don't want to say made me even more of a fanboy of Motiga, but I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where I knew that they were going to make the right decision for the right reasons, but having Chris come up and talk about it really made all the rest of those worries and fears just kind of evaporate almost instantly. Got to talk to him and a couple other Motigans and a couple other community members after Thursday, and that was really cool. We talked for about 2 hours, got to know some really cool history, and that was really neat to just kind of hear how everything started. Then for PAX today, day one, Joe actually showed us some of the really cool footage that they had for the original way that the game started. And you can just, it was really cool to see the kind of development of how it kind of bunny hopped from one thing to another. That was really really neat. So Joe, thank you for sharing that with some of us. That was really cool. We watched that while we were waiting for press to kind of come in. So the booth downstairs took about 10 minutes or so, according to Jeannie, from what she said, for people to realize that Gigantic was at PAX East, and then they had a queue. I think the line was like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours long, depending on the time of the day, and that was really cool to see. Just kind of the people be really interested in the game, and of course, PAX East is a huge gaming convention. PAX Prime being the second biggest, and then E3 being third. Um, I'm sorry, PAX East is second, PAX Prime is first, and then E3 is third, in my opinion. And it was really surreal to see all those people just really excited for the game. Um, we already have teams signed up for our tournament on Sunday, and they're already really understanding the game. It's really cool to see some of the some even console gamers that are really excited for the game coming out on Xbox One. To like be like, I can't wait to play this game. I want to try it on PC to see what it's like, and that itself is really cool. Um, I need a tripod and a video camera and an actual laptop, but I don't come prepared apparently. I actually was going to bring my camera, but I opted not to because I didn't have any way to upload. Anyway, so I was there till about 2. We got to do the character panel. There was some really cool art. It was all about the arts and just kind of how the characters are designed and from what they started to what they were. If you are following Gigantic_live, I posted a couple pictures of Sven and just kind of his iteration into like moving forward. Like he started off like really kind of old looking and like kind of gruff, and then he eventually became the lovable fat guy that we all know is Sven. And it was really neat to see that. It was really neat to see that Motiga was like, we don't like this direction at all. Let's start taking away things and adding very simple shapes or simple colors to try and make things pop out, which it does. I mean, the game itself is just really, really good in terms of like the art direction and just how everything looks. So that was cool. The panel was really interesting to kind of hear how that happened. It was neat to talk to Gorham, just kind of his experiences in designing some characters. That was really neat. And then from then on there, I just kind of floated around from the tournament practice leader to the booth itself, just making sure no one needed any help or giving people breaks if they did need it. I was able to walk around the convention floor a little bit. I was mainly kind of hanging around the Twitch booth getting ready for the interview that James and David did with DJ Wheat, and that was really cool because DJ Wheat is someone that I respect extremely a lot. He's in my opinion one of the grandfathers of esports, and getting that into fruition. So having him do the interview and having him just like really understand the way that things worked, and there goes my heater off, so you can probably hear me now, was really cool to have him interview those two guys, because James has so much experience in terms of balancing games, and just he's responsible for StarCraft 1 being amazing. So having him being part of Gigantic is just phenomenal. David is just so for community, and it's really cool to have him be a part of the Motiga team as well. So the interview went great. They drew a ton of people on the actual convention floor because they were doing B-roll footage as the interview was going. And it was really cool to watch people's reactions when, Charnock used his focus or certain things happened, and, people were just like, wow, this is really cool. And it was just surreal. It really was surreal. And that was really, really cool. Then that finished. We walked back to the booth, and some news station was there, and Troy being Troy, just being awesome and being just a great community manager, and just saying, hey, hi, I'm Troy. You should talk to James. And then he pulled 50 Shades of Alpha, one of our other community coaches, and they were able to be on TV, and that's really cool publicity wise. So, I mean, Troy just like literally was just like, "Hi, I'm Troy. How are you doing? You should talk to these people," and they did, and it was neat to see that. That wasn't planned at all. That was just Troy was walking by. He saw the camera, and he was like, "Hey, here's an opportunity to promote our game even further." And that really speaks volumes from a community manager that's really kind of that invested in the game and for the community. So hey, the city of Boston got to see Gigantic, quite literally, and that's awesome. Like that publicity is something that is huge. The Twitch interview as well. I mean, Twitch obviously being the streaming sensation that it was really encouraging to see so many people wanting to hear about it. Then we had Pyro and Thor streaming. They'll be streaming tomorrow and Sunday as well, and that went really well. Pyro, man, you work really hard to get everything ready. Thor, you as well, man. You guys have done a really great job so far. So thank you so much for getting the stream set and bug shooting. And I know it was really stressful today, but you guys did a great job. So if you guys have Twitter, have Reddit, send them a private message, send them a tweet, and say thank you for setting up a really cool stream. So after all that happened, we got on a bus, did a couple tours of Boston because we had to drop people off at the airport, hotel, come back, and then come back to the Omni, and then that's pretty much where the story ends for PAX Day 1 East 2015, and it has been a phenomenal journey so far. I am super blessed and honored to be here. I would not be here without you guys. Like you guys are the reason I'm here, and I can't thank you enough for that. So that's it. That's all. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow for PAX Day 2. Yes. Also, just a side note, Greg is here. So that happened. That was really cool. Just having him here really kind of seals the event for me personally, because me and Greg really kind of connected on a very good friendship level in terms of just really becoming really, really good friends in a short period of time. So, Greg, I'm so glad you're here, and you did give me that hug, so I appreciate that. So, anyway, as I ramble more and more, have a wonderful afternoon. Mooning? Apparently, alcohol does not sit well with me, so, yeah. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow.